Hello, my water signs. Welcome to your weekly energy update reading. And this, of course, is for all my Cancer signs, my Scorpios, my Pisces, and we're going to be zeroing in on the week of November 21st to November 28th. But of course, if you're coming across us outside of that time frame, just know that your gut brought you here, your intuition, and I would trust that, obviously, because there's going to be messages for you. Right. But if you are coming and listening to this during that time period, the big day that, at least in the United States, is November 25th, which is Thanksgiving Day here in the U.S. And so in honor of that, I do have some feathers here to honor all of those turkeys and animals that are going to give their lives for our giant feast. So we do honor those spirits there. And we're actually going to be pulling a Spirit of the Animal Oracle for this week as well. Earlier this month, I did put out some turkey pick-a-card readings that were all about what can I grow through gratitude. I'll have those linked at the end of the video, and I'll remind you at the end here. Also, December monthlies just came out yesterday, so those are also available. But let's jump in and see what the Creator wants you to know, all of you water signs, about this week coming up. All right, Creator, what do you want our water signs to know about this upcoming week, please? All right, there's the one right there. And you got the Elephant Spirit. Learn from the past. That is card number 25. I love elephants. They're such regal, just beautiful, almost royal animals, just so majestic. It says, although we often wish we could leave the past behind, Elephant Spirit reminds us that the memory matters. We must respect the wisdom of the elders who hand down to us traditions they've shaped to express our connection to each other and respect for the community. What has come before informs what we are experiencing today, and we must never forget our legacy of strength and dignity. Elephant Spirit appears with the message that we are to acknowledge that which came before and learn from it. All of us are memory-based creatures, and we must revisit the past to understand where we are and where we are going. The stories of events you experienced, the stories in our collective memory, and the stories of relationships you've had can be told many ways. What story will you tell? Elephant Spirit is here to encourage you to make it one that stirs in you a sense of power and dignity, for you have honored yourself by choosing to learn from your past. Spirit rejoices at your willingness to learn and grow. So beautiful. And I know this week, especially if you are in the United States, we're celebrating, the holiday of Thanksgiving, or if you have a different holiday that you're celebrating this week. It can bring memories of people from the past as well, experiences from the past. And it's all about learning from it and growing from it, right? And I know forgiveness is such a loaded word because, we're kind of told that forgive and forget. And it's like, well, you never forget. We are beings of memory. So just know forgiveness does not mean forgetting. Forgiveness just means letting the wrath go, letting the punishment go that you have for others. Because it's like drinking poison thinking that it's going to hurt someone else. It's only hurting us anyway, that unforgiveness. And so letting that forgiveness go is like purging those toxins within us that will no longer harm us. Then we won't be investing energy in maintaining that angst, against whoever it might be, that resentment or revenge, so it's freeing. And I love it because it talks about realizing the regal you, and you can release the wrath for the other person and feel the love fill you up instead of that toxic emotion. We're going to pull some cards here too from the True Heart Intuitive Tarot. And we're just going to see what else the Creator wants you to know about this week. All right, so for our water signs, what else would you like them to know about this week, please? Okay, it's that one there. What else, please? Actually, I feel like all of these here, so we will take what we can get. All the information we can. I love it. So the star card here, the star card is a symbol of hope. It's also known as the Aquarian card. But the star up here is you. It's your higher self. It's that being, powerful, supernatural, eternal spirit being made of unconditional love. This is the bright star that you really are. And Aquarians, they bring, they're the bearers of this living water, the water bears, and they pour out these beautiful living waters, both onto land and into water, which means it floods into every area of our lives, both our emotions, our spirit, our mind, and our outside world. And it's beautiful because the other thing that the living waters bring to us is it helps us understand what we truly are thirsty for, which is the unconditional love of the Creator. The things on the outside tend to disappoint us and feel unstable. But what hope comes is that there is more. One, we never end. Another, that we're so much more than this human character we play. We are this shining bright star in the sky. We are that higher spiritual being. So I love that this is coming in with this remembering these memories. It just feels, I don't know, it just feels like this is a solution for, it's like you've been looking for, how can I release this old stuff that is holding me down? Not that you're going to forget it, but that the memory that is bringing you that poisonous, toxic feelings. It's like, I've been wanting to release it forever. Well, here is this release that's coming this week. You're going to have some inkling of how you can do that, right? Yeah, because this is what you're releasing. The Three of Swords. The Three of Swords obviously is about heartache and pain and disappointment. I call this the expectations card because that's what happens. Expectations are us trying to enforce all those supposed to be's and shoulds and need to be's and have to be's in the outside world. And we all know that expectations equal disappointment. That's my kind of theory, because whenever you expect something to someone else, they are going to let you down at some point with it, because they're not always going to be in a 100% and be able to do everything that we've asked them to do, right? Same thing with everyone else. I mean, I could come up to you and go, I expect you to give me $1,000 a week. And you're like, I don't care what you expect. You're not getting that. And I'm like, oh, I'm disappointed in you now. Oh, no. We're taught that other people's happiness is our responsibility, but no. Each person's happiness is their own responsibility, and you get to choose if you're happy or not. And so if someone, is disappointed because someone didn't live up to their expectations, is it the other person's fault? No, it's us. Not that there's fault, but the source of our angst and the piercing in our heart is because we expected something from someone else, and then they just didn't fulfill it. But it's our thoughts and beliefs and expectations that are the source of it all. And it also comes with this card. There's this awareness and realization that heartbreak is a fabrication of the human world. Our true heart, our high heart, can never be broken. But we come down here to experience what it might feel like to be heartbroken. And that piercing in our heart, that pinching of our heart when we go through what we feel is heartbreak, is actually our physical heart igniting into fight or flight mode. Something inside of us felt unsafe, or we felt fear in some way, and so it activated the fight or flight, which makes our heart pinch and flooding our body with adrenaline and all those beautiful side effects of fight or flight, with a dry mouth and sweaty palms and aching muscles and our nervous system gets overloaded, our immune system shuts down, all this kind of stuff happens, and the blood rushes out of our brain, so we're feeling out of our minds, because we are, literally, because we're in reaction mode. Our body wants to run or fight, and it's not thinking calmly and clearly. It just wants to react, so it's not standing there and getting eaten by a dinosaur. That's how we're made, right? But all this, I love, is what gets solved. All this pain and suffering and toxic stuff I was talking about with that forgiveness that comes with this hope, with these healing, soothing waters that we get through that unconditional love from above. So I am loving that. Yep. And then you get the Three of Cups. And the Three of Cups is about emotions. Cups are emotions, and this is very of celebration. And I love that this Three of Swords after comes that, this Three of Cups, which shows me that you do make this progress, that you're able to overcome that. The Three of Cups for me, too, has a special meaning from my spirit guides and angels on the other side. Just because of a reading that I did a long time ago to establish this, as these three cups represent your loved ones on the other side. They represent your guardian angels and spirit guides. Whatever your belief on those beings of unconditional love and light on the other side, they are with you. You're not alone. They'll help you on any journey. But you're never alone. You have a support team. They won't meddle with your free will, so you can ask them each day to help you, and they will, as long as it doesn't interfere with the lessons that you wanted to experience before you came down here, that you said, don't do this. If I ask for it, don't give me that. I want to experience this to the fullest. And they're like, okay, how can we do this? You're like, yeah, you can do that. And so they'll do whatever they can to not meddle with your learning process. But you can ask them every day of your own free will, come meddle in my life. And they will come in and bring you messages and signs, synchronicities. You'll feel their presence, their love. So that's a beautiful message from them during this time too. Yep, and you got the Death card here. So this is usually death and rebirth, right? So you're definitely having the ending of some things and beginning of some new things coming in, which is beautiful. It is about this transformation, and you're ready to let some things go and allow new beginnings to come in with this new space that you're creating in your heart and in your mind and in your life. You're able to let new things come in and new adventures. And beautiful, it's a beautiful new journey that you're beginning. And also, because of this holiday coming up, they really want me to mention this too, that you may have lost someone in your life over this last year or the year before, or, it still can be raw, even after 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years. I know that when we lose someone, where they're not physically here anymore with us, when holidays come around, it can be tougher than throughout the year, because it's not as in your face as when you're around family and other people and you feel they're not there with you. So the message that comes with that from Spirit World is that they are there. You are not alone. The moment that they transitioned to the other side, they were able to be with every single loved one at the very same time. They have that ability. We have that ability when we're on the other side, that we don't have to share our time with other loved ones. We can be in multiple places all at once. And so in doing that, just know that they are with you. Let's say, there's, five loved ones, and they're with each and every one of those loved ones all at the same time, 100%. And when you gather together, let's say you get together for a Thanksgiving meal or a holiday meal or a birthday meal or something, and you're all there, it's like you have 5 versions of that spirit there, and it's like that energy of all of that comes together, and so you feel them. You can feel them even more so, very stronger, as you gather together. And as you do that, you can honor them. I mean, you can put like a candle in the middle of the table that represents them, and you can welcome them there with you. Or if there's room at the table, you could set, a place for them and honor them, and make it, not a sorrowful thing, because the more that you can get on the level, the frequency of spirit, the more you can feel them and hear from them. So their frequency is unconditional love and joy and laughter and peace. So even just going around the table or having people just share, what are some funny stories you had with them, and you just laugh, and the more you laugh, the stronger that love energy grows, and you can feel them and even have messages from them in a variety of different ways. So just know that they are there with you, and allow that to honor. And I love that with the memories and stuff too. And then you have the Two of Swords. Swords are thoughts, beliefs, mindsets, and you have choices to make. And I love it because one is like of the world and one is of the heavens, right? And so you have this choice when you're making decisions this week. You can make decisions of the mind, but it's really, this card is letting you know that you have two places to gather information from. You have this human side of what you've learned in this lifetime, but you also have your connection to the higher realms. I mean, definitely they're making their self very known here. With this is your higher self. These are the others on the other side. That you have the ability to connect and ask them for guidance, for direction, for signs and answers, and you will get them. And so that, I love it because most of the cards of the Two Swords, there's a blindfold on them, which means, close your eyes to see. Don't look at all this world as the answers. Look for, getting answers for those that have the eye in the sky. Outside of space and time, they can see what is going on in the world. So I love that for you. All right, and then lastly, we're just going to take some cards here from this tea leaf deck. And this won't resonate for everyone because it's going to be a variety of information. But so if it doesn't resonate, it's like a buffet. Take what resonates and then leave the rest for everyone else. And one more time. There we go. All right, Creator, what's your final messages here for our water signs for this week, please? Okay. That one and that one. Okay, and the first one that popped over here is Mule. And that says someone is extremely stubborn and unwilling to change. I wonder who that could be. And we can get very stubborn, in our beliefs and go, no, I'm not going to let them off the hook, and I'm not going to forgive them, or I'm not going to let that old way of thinking going or release that expectation. And that's okay. You don't have to. Eventually, it'll feel so ugly in your life that you'll want to change, but you won't change until you want to. But this is, like Spirit is saying, this is just our opinion. It's just offering advice. You can do with it what you want because it's your life. It's your free will, right? Then you have a money path. And that says a path with money is waiting for you to find it. And I like that. And especially with this decision making, it's like you are on this fork in the road. So definitely ask for their advice. If you're unsure, then you don't have the information you need to make a decision yet, ask them and they will show you information to where you can make a decision. So there is definitely this abundance of some sort. It can be money, but it can be other things if you're not looking for abundance in money. If you want abundance in love and relationship or a job or different things like that, just know that you have like a phone a friend. You can connect to Spirit, connect to your higher self, and you'll get the information that you're looking for. And you got Bull. And it says, do not back down from opposition, show strength and fortitude. So yeah, definitely. I love that elephant too is very strong and commanding. And the bull kind of has that presence too. It's just like, you know what? You can be you. You don't have to be mean about it. I mean, bulls kind of just stand there, and they stand their ground, and people are like, I'm not going to mess with them, because it's a very commanding, like that regal type of feel about it, right? So don't be afraid to stand your ground. You don't have to be a douche about it, but you can be confident and strong and go, no, thank you. I don't want to do that. And so you don't have to do anything you don't want to do. Then you got the beetle. And that is good fortune. So again, money, path, and good fortune. Good things coming to you this week. And I feel these two are interrelated. You've got April and you've got tent, a temporary situation. So I feel like there's a temporary situation that's been going on, and just really hang in there, because it's like April is when this situation started and it's about to end, or the temporary situation that you had is going to end in April. And so knowing that it's temporary and knowing that there's an end to it will allow you to have that fortitude, to have you have that confidence and that hope, knowing like, okay, it is going to end. As long as I know it's going to end, I can last that, that long. It's really 4.5 months away-ish to where, once that month hits, you'll see that transformation and that change. So loving the good messages, like definitely the fortune, right? Like, yay, good things are coming. But I really feel this connection to the other realm, which being water signs, I'm not surprised. I have a ton of water in my chart. And I love, the spirit world is just always like that friend, the best friend that you can have. All right, well, I'm going to leave the reading there. I want to let you know, in addition to these readings, like I mentioned, I do like the pick a cards, like the turkey pick a card. I do monthly readings. I do new moon, full moon readings, a variety of other readings throughout the month. So if you don't want to miss out on any of those, if you haven't done so already, if you click the subscribe button down below, that's going to make this notification bell pop up. And if you click on that, then you'll get notified when new readings come out, so you'll never miss them at all. So beautiful, beautiful. And then also know, just as you go throughout this week and each and every day, that you are unconditionally loved by the Creator of all things. And of course, I love you too. I'm sure I'll be talking to you very soon, but until then, you have a wonderful week and you take care.